So our campers learned some different bloodstain pattern analysis techniques the other day. They learned how to look at different bloodstains and tell what might have happened at a crime scene. So they learned about a few different types of bloodstains. We talked about cast-off patterns, which is when an object is swung and it makes a trail of blood droplets on a wall or on the floor or the ceiling. And you can actually tell which direction the object was swung based on the tails that you see with the blood stains. They also learned about a few different types of transfer patterns. So that's when an object makes contact with another object and then transfers blood to that surface. So they learned about static contact transfers, which is when an object such as a hand touches a wall or another item and leaves a stain. And then they learned about dynamic contact transfer, which is when an object contacts another one and then there's movement involved as well. They also learned about looking at blood trails. So if blood has been dripped onto a surface like the floor or outside on the sidewalk or the grass, they looked at what the blood looks like on different surfaces, and they did see that it's very difficult to see the blood stains sometimes, especially in the grass and on the dirt. And they also learned that sometimes you can tell the direction that the person was moving when they left that trail. So if the person was moving fast enough, the blood leaves these little patterns in the direction that the person was moving. So if they were moving quickly, you can see that they were moving in a direction. If they were only walking, you might not be able to tell.
So this week, the way that we're running the camp is on Monday, all of the campers learned about techniques, how to take proper notes, photography, making sure that they're collecting their evidence correctly. On Tuesday, we went into the crime scene and each of the teams processed 5 different rooms full of evidence, all related to the same case. They're taking that evidence back into the lab, and now they have to analyze the evidence in the lab. So right now they're working on fingerprints. Tomorrow on Wednesday, they'll be working on some DNA. They're gonna have to extract that so we can analyze it. We're gonna do some tests for drugs because they found some drug evidence in the cottages. On Thursday, we're gonna be looking at possible explosive residue because they found what appears to be a bomb in the cottages. So they're gonna have to work on that and see if it's actually an explosive. And then on Friday, they're gonna put all that information together and make a case board and give us their best theory of the case based on all of the scientific evidence that they're processing this week.
So this morning we practiced extracting DNA by using strawberries and mashing them up and extracting the DNA from them. After they got a little practice with that, we then, the teams got to choose what DNA they wanted to utilize from the crime scene so that they could extract any DNA from the blood samples so they could test it to get the results back to see, to solve any of the mystery.
Today we're looking at the trace evidence that we found at the crime scene earlier this week. We found a pipe bomb that had some powder in it, and so now we're testing these powders in the microscope room where we're looking at the different properties of a bunch of different known powders, and then we're going to compare it to the evidence that we found on the scene so we can figure out what exactly was in that bomb.